Hello, I'm Sharon Stone. I'm the Art and Culture Chair of YaLa. Thank you for being here, and thank you very much for your efforts on behalf of YaLa. This is a very important movement because it is your involvement that is going to make such a difference in the world. We have people here from all over the world, people from Palestine, Israel, Egypt, Algeria, Iraq, Jordan, Libya, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Tunisia, Yemen, and all of the people, all of you who are participating in this movement of peace. It is the individual mind coming together in the universal consciousness that will make this peace movement a whole, that will make this movement happen. To understand what that means is to understand that this is a human and civil rights movement. To understand that is to understand yourself. What is my right as a human being? Who am I in the whole? What is my wholeness? What is my whole consciousness? And what are my rights as a whole human being? First, we have to accept ourselves as a whole person. We have to say and understand that my whole self is acceptable. I am the whole being as am acceptable. Regardless of the constraints of the society I may be living in at present, I as a man, I as a woman, I as a straight or gay man or woman, I as an oppressed man or woman, I am acceptable. And my humanity is acceptable. This means that we must have civil rights for all beings. This is about peacefulness, not about rebellion. There is peacefulness in acceptance of the whole consciousness. To peacefully accept oneself, to stand in the full acceptance of your whole consciousness, is not an act of defiance. It is an act of peace. It is an act of wholeness and an act of love. For however you may have an acceptance of creativity, an acceptance of the belief of God or rejection of God, there is an understanding that there is a creation of the self. That creation is not an error. There is no mistake that this being is a mistake, this chair is a mistake, this piece of paper. Each thing is valuable in its way, in its use, in its full coming together. In that, it is important that we accept and understand the wholeness of the being. That is not ever an act of defiance. That is an act of peace. When we accept the human in its wholeness, we must understand that civil rights are a necessity for peaceful consciousness. Each being has their own individual right. In the YaLa peace movement, we encourage each being to engage with one another and to understand that you have a right to live in a peaceful community. We encourage you to communicate with one another to understand how to make this manifest for you in your community by engaging with each other. We believe, and I as an individual believe, that the better way to do that is to empower through peace and through education. In that goal, on January 25th, we're launching an online academy with courses in the universities Princeton, Harvard, Vanderbilt, University of Michigan, I said that, University of Virginia, Swansea University, and Edinburgh University. It's really so important to educate oneself, to really fully understand what all of your opportunities are and can be in the world. There's no greater power than the power of literacy, the power of education. This imbues a person with confidence and with authority. The authority of the mind, the authority of the spirit, the authority of the soul, comes from the authority of the knowing of oneself and the perseverance of that consciousness. I would encourage you to ask for those empowerments of peace, to ask governments around the world not to send weaponry, not to send guns, not to send tanks, but to send opportunities for education to you and to your fellow citizens. Because through education, we can create a more peaceful world. We are at a crossroads in our world, at a time when nothing is more valuable than to create a peaceful consciousness and an educational authority. That will come from within you, the individual. It will come from your creativity, should you choose to be a scientist, a teacher, a house painter, a garbage collector, anything that you choose to become, as long as you choose to follow your individual humanity to its fullest authoritative potential. As long as you choose to become a dedicated individual moving with the integrity of your destiny. Thank you for spending time with me today, because I am very grateful to be of service to this peaceful movement. I wish you every happiness and every blessing. Thank you very much.